Hey guys, Morten Ostad here with another video. Just wanted to wrap up a couple of purchases I've done in the past week or so. There's no sort of thematic thing going on here. Early this week, I was walking past my our second-hand record shop here in Oslo, and I was looking for something specific, but it had already been sold. So I sort of went through the punk section. I don't do that too often. But I found something, and I was pretty sure it wasn't kosher or anything, but and it isn't. But I wanted to hear this band and this record for a long while, so I grabbed it. It didn't cost too much, $25. And so this is Descendents, Milo Goes to College. I sort of reckon, watching people like Steve and other guys in the vinyl community, you've talked about this record and this band a lot, and I've been very curious, and I really like this. I suppose one of the things that made me sort of a little reluctant was the fact that I know that this isn't a kosher record. I'm a little bit of two minds about that. So, but yeah, I like this enough, I must say, to want to check out more from these guys, who are from California, I think. So yeah, this came out in 1982, and it was recorded at Redondo Beach. In dedication to Milo Okerman from the Descendents. So there was no inner sleeve thing here. There was a very cheap inner sleeve, so I replaced it with a better one. And as you can see, as far as color variants go, this is, it is what it is. It's like the color of something that have been removed from you surgically. So that was kind of cool to get that, and played it a few times, and I've enjoyed it. My punk sensibilities isn't all that, but I've sort of ventured into what I would say is American punk. My relationship with punk as far as the UK goes, that's the Clash and all that stuff, and that's something I've sort of lived with for a large part of my life. But as far as our American things go, Green Day and stuff like that up through the years. But through learning about what inspired many of my favorite grunge bands, for example, I've learned more about things like that, and then listening to you guys in the vinyl community. So the next thing is from Friday. It's Sunday today, and I went to our wonderful record shop here in Oslo, Big Dipper, because they were doing a sale on a few items. A couple of them had sold out by the time I got there, fairly quickly apparently. But they had a lot of copies left of this one, and it was reduced from 279 kroner to 149. So this is sort of what I went there for. And this is the debut album by a Swedish sort of sludge metal band that I showed you their fourth album a year and a half ago or something like that. I bought it in Gothenburg. But yeah, this is their debut album, Äppelträdet, the apple tree. They're from Norrköping. So here are the Skraeckoedlan. And Skraeckoedlan is, of course, terror lizard, which is a Swedish translation, I would assume, of dinosaur. That fourth album was really cool, and I bought it alongside a couple of other Swedish bands of the same genre when I was in Gothenburg and or Stockholm, like Domkraft and one other But yeah, so very happy to get that, and they must have gotten a ton of copies of this, and then not really found anyone who wanted to buy them, I guess. So side A is Världarnas fall. Och then we got Soluppgång, Kronos, Äppelträdet och haven. And side B is Dödarödlan, Death Lizard, Universe, eller Universe, Kaktus, Fågelsång och Rock, ROKH. And the inner sleeve is fine, so, and silver vinyl. So yeah, you know, even though they're from Norrköping, and even though and I went to Norrköping because not because it's the 6th biggest city in Sweden, but and they have trams. It's one of the smallest cities with trams in the world, I think. But I went there because they had a Brewdog pub there. And I was very into craft beer and Brewdog and everything. And yesterday I heard the news. Well, a few days ago I heard the news that our Brewdog pub here in Oslo is not Brewdog pub anymore. They bought themselves out and are now in an independent pub. And I would guess kind of timely, because the news yesterday came that Brewdog is up for sale. Yes. And then I did what I shouldn't have done. I went over to the second-hand department at Big Dipper, which I do some on and off. And I did pick up Angie by the Rolling Stones. This is a German pressing, which is also why it has cover art. And I also picked up this. Oh, forgot to take away their stickers here. So this is Reoffender by Travis. I'll just remove these from the shop. I love Travis. But then I went and did something even dumber. I went into the second-hand new arrivals, and I found this one. And you're thinking, well, isn't that a good thing, Morten? Not for that price, but yeah, I couldn't leave it. So you guys know I love Neil Finn. I love Crowded House. I love Split Ends, and I love the Finn brothers, of course, and Neil's solo work. And one of the things he's done as far as solo work goes, he got together with a bunch of other artists many years ago, and they made a project. And he did a project where, which I think was going to the money was going to various good causes. And what they did, they got together, I think. Did they sort of write songs on and bring just songs they hadn't performed or played with others, and they rehearsed, and then they had a concert at St. James's. So it's called Seven Worlds Collide, Neil Finn and Friends, which included performances by Johnny Marr, Eddie Vedder, and Radiohead's Ed O'Brien, and Philip Selway. So this was that project. But he did follow that up a couple of years later, and I have the CD of that, with another, like a proper studio album. And it's called Seven Worlds Collide, The Sun Came Out. And I was vaguely aware that this had been released on vinyl at some stage. And I think it is a New Zealand, might be a New Zealand, the rights are New Zealand and it's released in collaboration with the Oxfam International. So here it is. Seven Worlds Collide. Another gem for my Neil Finn collection, if you like. And as you can see, I did pay a pretty penny for this. 800 Norwegian smackaroos. Yeah, that's $80 US. Or a bit under right now, but yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal to me, guys. So I'm gonna just get this sticker off. So as you can see, they made stamps. So we have Neil Finn, we got Katie Tunstall, we got Phil Selway, Bic Runga, Neil's son Lime Finn, who of course now is a member of Crowded House, Johnny Marr, Ed O'Brien, Jeff Tweedy, we got Sebastian Steinberg, Glenn Richards, John Stratt, Don McGlashan, Lisa Germano, Glenn Kotsche, Neil's other son, Elroy Finn, Pat Sanson, Niall Marr. From the photo, I'll guess there's a relation there. It says the power station. Don't know what that is. Might have been where they recorded it. Neil's wife, Sharon Finn. And we got Spencer Tweedy. And finally, Neil's brother, Tim Finn. That is a pretty great lineup, I'd say. So you got Two Blue with vocals Johnny Marr and Neil Finn, You Never Know, Jeff Tweedy, Little by Little, Sharon and Neil, Riding the Wave, Tim, Black Silk Ribbon, Katie Tunstall, Bic Orunga, Gil Make Your Own Mind Up, Don McGlashan. We got Run in the Dust, Johnny Marr, Red Wine Bottle, Lime Finn, The Ties That Bind Us, Phil Selway, Reptile, Lisa Germano, Bodhisattva Blues, Ed O'Brien and Neil Finn, What Could Have Been, Jeff Tweedy, All Comedians Suffer, Neil Finn, Duxton Blues, Glenn Richards, Hazel Black, Katie Tunstall, Learn to Crawl, Neil Finn and Liam Finn, The Witching Hour, Phil Selway, Over and Done, John Stirrett. We got A Change of Heart, Bic Runga, Don't Forget About Me, Pat Sanson, Long Time Gone, Don McGlashan, The Cobbler, Elroy Finn, Worlds Collide, and The Water vocals. No, Three Worlds Collide, sorry. Sebastian Steinberg. So, pretty awesome, eh? And got some art. And yeah, sorry guys, the wordage was in here. And we have vinyl. And someone's taking care of the old hype sticker there. 24 brand new studio recordings featuring Neil Finn, Katie Tunstall, Johnny Marr, Phil Selway, Ed O'Brien, members of Wilco, and many more. So there you are, guys. And that's pretty awesome for Morton anyway, guys. So I do hope you enjoyed me showing these little treasures that I got. If you have any comments about any of this, then please leave them. I do love my comments coming in. And please click like. That helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, that makes me happy. And I hope to see you guys soon in another video. Take care. Bye bye.